Und damit Hallöchen. Es wird Zeit für den zweiten Stream, der bereits schon viel zu spät dran ist. Aber ja, bin ein bisschen zu spät ins Bett gegangen, hatte mit meiner Wii ein bisschen zu tun gehabt und deswegen gibt es jetzt entsprechend halt hier den Stream ein bisschen später. Ich schaue, dass ich ein bisschen länger mache als die geplanten 16 Uhr, aber es wird vermutlich auch nur bis kurz vor 17 Uhr gehen. Einfach nur, weil ich ab 17 Uhr dann noch einen Termin mit der Crafting.com und den müsste ich wahrnehmen natürlich. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich danach vielleicht noch online komme. Ich glaube es fast nicht, aber man weiß ja nie, ne? Aber jedenfalls machen wir jetzt erstmal hier ein bisschen, so, hier ein bisschen weiter. Ich hing ja letztens, weil ich hatte zwar eine... Hey, ich hatte zwar, warte, wo war ich? Genau, wir hingen, weil ich habe zwar so die Vermutung, soweit wie ich weiß, muss ich Sapphire dazu kriegen, ein Treffen mit Therma zu machen, weil sie scheint zu wissen, wo Therma ist. Aber das scheint irgendwie nicht so ganz zu klappen. Jetzt hatte ich hier beim Laden noch die Idee gehabt, ich könnte ihr vielleicht einfach mal vielleicht einfach mal den Zahn zeigen, aber ich glaube nicht, dass es was bringen wird. Aber wir gucken einfach mal. Mit der Archäologen, Zerdopolis, da. Ja genau, und ich habe jetzt hier auch dieses eine Achievement mit dem Righty Ho. Das habe ich jetzt endlich mal geschafft. Ja, ich vermute einfach mal, es hat nicht immer den Knopfdruck akzeptiert und deswegen hat es nicht erkannt, dass ich in allen 4 Ecken war. Also gut, Therma, meine Liebe.
I've got
Nein,
some more
Quatsch.
questions for you,
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Sapphire busy. Leave her alone.
So, how have things been?
Things way they always been. Slow. Dull.
But you've kept yourself amused, haven't you?
Don't know what you mean.
Na, okay. Wir können ja mal generell hier ein bisschen alles... Nein. Nein.
I had a feeling that the envelope had come from Reagan's safety deposit box, and I had a feeling the thing was, I wasn't about...
Nein, okay, gut. Gut, dann ist hier die Theorie schon mal alles weg.
Do you know a troll called Jasper Horst?
Horst? You not involved with Horst, are you, Luton? You in trouble if you are.
You know him, then?
No. Sapphire not know Horst, and Sapphire keep it that way.
Mhm. Sapphire sagt mir, ich sollte nicht mit Horst involviert werden, aber sie kennt ihn nicht, natürlich.
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
You ask too many questions.
Ich bin Detektiv, ich muss Fragen stellen, Sweetie. Warum hast du mich angelogen?
You lied to me, Sapphire. Strung me along with that Madame Lodestone story.
What? No. Sapphire told truth.
The troll in Madame Lodestone's grave wasn't Therma.
How you tell?
Malachite told me.
You trust him?
He's too stupid to lie. And you're too smart not to.
Sapphire not smart. Big dumb troll, like all the other trolls.
Don't play games, Sapphire. I know you're smarter than the average troll. although I could say the same about some mushrooms.
Look, Sapphire don't know why someone would switch bodies. Sapphire just trying to help.
She was lying to me. I could feel it. She was obviously hiding something, but it was apparent I needed to know more if I was going to worm it out of her.
It,
Thanks for telling me where to find...
Can't a girl...
Am I your...
okay, gut, das ist auch nichts weiter Neues.
You heard of the counterweight killings?
Yeah?
What do you know about them?
Sapphire know they called count... That...
Okay. Also ich brauche noch irgendwas,
What do you know about a
das besser
dwarf named
nachzuweisen.
Alkali?
You must think I...
Wie kann ich ihr nachweisen, dass sie mich angelogen hat? Dazu müsste ich tatsächlich erst einmal nachweisen, ob das jetzt nun Therma ist oder nicht. Heißt eventuell hier noch einmal zum Grab.
The rubble was definitely the body of a troll. But according to Malachite, it wasn't Therma's body. I examined the body closely, but all I could see of interest were the troll's diamond teeth glinting at me.
Und die habe ich ja schon. Den Zahn habe ich schon.
I guess I could have taken a rubbing of the inscription if it wasn't for one thing. I didn't want to. There's an inscription. Madame Lodestone, singer and retainer of Lord Robert Salachi, taken from us when her house collapsed, returning her to the... I think the inscription had already told me all it could. I felt like I was playing pin the tail on the donkey. The rubble was but the big dumb troll was too stupid to lie to me, which meant Sapphire must have been lying to me. But why?
Ja, die Frage ist, why?
I didn't see what that had to do with Sapphire lying to me. There had to be a connection between Sapphire's sudden windfall and her lying to me. Did Sapphire's losing streak have something to do with her lying to me? Despite what Sapphire said, she certainly didn't win that money at Saturnalia.
Die Frage ist dann, wo hat sie das Geld her? Warte mal, eventuell vielleicht. Schauen wir mal. Also ich glaube nicht, dass Horst damit zu tun hat. Aber vielleicht Sapphires Geld und Horst, vielleicht trotzdem.
It was possible Horst and Alkali had bribed Sapphire. But why? It was possible, a horse. But why? Malachite didn't have a... Carlotta might just be rich enough to get that much money. But why would she give it to a deadbeat troll like Sapphire? There was no connection to Ilsa or... Perhaps if I knew what a zeal was, I'd be able to draw more conclusions. I couldn't... Perhaps the money was payment for a murder. Unlicensed assassin by day, club singer by night. Even I didn't believe it.
Nee.
Perhaps the money...
Ach so, das waren die beiden Morde, okay. Merit, Sapphire, nee.
I really didn't know. Carlotta's crate remained a... There was no...
Also theoretisch das Einzige, was so ein bisschen möglich wäre, wäre tatsächlich vielleicht, dass Jasper sie gedingst hat. Aber das ergibt eigentlich auch keinen Sinn, weil Jasper scheint es ja nicht zu kennen. Was nichts sagen muss.
Ah, Mr. Luton. It is always a pleasure to see you. I trust you have brought something with you that will be to my liking.
I haven't brought you the sword yet, if that's what you mean.
I'm a patient troll, sir, but there are limits to my patience.
So Carlotta's an associate. You still haven't...
Okay, das ist nichts Neues.
Why should I trust... Send your...
Das ist immer das Gleiche.
I don't appreciate...
And I give up.
So, schauen wir mal, ob eventuell er trotzdem was dazu weiß.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
Become, sir. Let it
Do you know anything about...
become, sir. Become.
Das hilft nicht.
You...
Das hatten wir schon. Okay, so. Gucken wir nochmal in Mundis Raum, aber ich glaube, da ist nichts. Wobei, warte mal, Menken. Vielleicht weißt du trotzdem noch was zu Sapphire.
Come. Do you know anything about Sapphire's losing streak? Leave me alone, Luton. Where did Sapphire... Ha, ha, ha. You never give up, do you? That's considered an asset in my line of work. Just leave me alone, Luton. I'm sick of the sight of you. I'm sick of talking to you. And I am sick of all your damn questions. Look, you know I'm not gonna give up. Why not just pretend you've held out for a commendable length of time and finally cracked? It could be our little secret. Luton, if anyone starts saving up to get an assassin for you, let me know, will you? That's one cause I'd gladly give generously to. In the meantime, what about Sapphire's money? I didn't even know she had any money. She claims to have won it over at the casino. At Saturnalia? You've got to be kidding. If Sapphire had a big win, the whole town would know about it by now. No, I'd be prepared to bet it has something to do with whoever she met when she missed her shift. Who did she meet? I've no idea. All I know is she missed her shift because she had to meet someone. Thanks for your help. Oh, it's always a pleasure, Luton.
Ja, das ist jetzt doch mal was Interessantes. Okay, Sapphire, ich weiß, du hattest ein Secret Meeting gehabt. Nun rück wieder Sprache raus, Mädchen.
I've got some more questions for you, Sapphire.
Sapphire busy. Leave her
Ja,
alone.
Sapphire will ihre Scheine zählen, ich weiß schon. Luton will aber auch ein paar Scheine sehen.
I hear you had a mysterious meeting not too long ago. Not long after, you turn up with a lot of money. Sounds like an awfully big coincidence to me.
Stop harassing Sapphire. Already told Luton. Won the money at Saturnalia.
Right. So, you won a lot of money at the casino.
Yes. Already told ya. Big win.
You won big at the casino, but no one at the casino seems to remember you winning.
They lie. Sapphire won big.
And this mysterious meeting as well. You say that had nothing to do with the money.
Forget about meeting. Meeting not important.
Not important, eh? I think it is. I say you met with someone and they gave you the money. Someone who had something to hide. Someone who'd pay good money to keep it quiet. Who was it, Sapphire?
No one.
It wasn't no one who paid you, Sapphire. It was someone who was interested in me, wasn't it? Someone who didn't want me digging around after Therma. Why? What's so important that someone would pay you to cover up for them? Who is it?
No one.
You'd better tell me, because I'm going to find out one way or another. And if you don't tell me, when I find out who it is, I'll tell them you told me where to find them.
No. She'll kill me.
Who? Who'd kill you?
Therma. It was Therma. I've been blackmailing Therma.
Mhm.
She not want to be found.
Therma is still alive?
Yeah?
Good. Arrange a meeting with her for me.
What?
You heard me. Face it, Sapphire, your little scam is broken. If you want me to keep quiet about your little windfall, you're going to have to fix a meeting with Therma for me.
Therma won't do it.
Well, you'd better make her do it, because otherwise I'm going to go straight to the Guild of Thieves, Burglars, and Allied Trades to tell them about you. They don't take kindly to unlicensed blackmail.
You do that to me?
Look into my eyes and tell me if I'm bluffing.
All right. Give me some time. I'll leave message at your office when it arranged.
I look forward to it. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Sapphire.
You're a cold one, Luton.
Ich
Not as
weiß.
cold as you, I reckon. I decided to leave Sapphire alone after that. I'd got what I wanted.
Okay, schauen wir mal, ob ich jetzt gleich wieder rein kann. Dann kann ich nämlich gleich das nächste Achievement hier machen.
Righty-ho!
Ja, sehr gut. So, gucken wir mal. In one session. Also, wenn ich die Dinger hier alle richtig gelesen habe, also richtig übersetze für mich, dann brauche ich einmal hier Carlotta.
Carlotta backwards looked a bit like Atodrad.
Yep. Als nächstes. Als nächstes Alkali.
Alkali backwards looked like Ijakja.
Dann das nächste müsste Malachit sein.
Malachite looked like 3 Tihdajam in the mirror.
Dann das ist Asil.
The reflection of Azil looked like 3 Jisa. Even more meaningless.
Aber es ist Svejisa. Dann das hier war es, glaube ich, noch. V-Side.
The reflection of 3712V looked like V-S-I-T-E. V-Site? What the hell was that supposed to mean?
Und jetzt noch Horst, wenn ich das, glaube ich, hier richtig sehe. Gucken wir mal kurz. Horst. Da, Horst. Ja!
Horst in the mirror looked like Titu Raw.
Titu. Okay, gut. Da haben wir das jetzt auch schon wieder durch. So. Dann kann ich jetzt ruhigen Gewissens zum nächsten Achievement gehen. Und zwar... das ist, glaube ich, ein Story-Achievement. Das heißt, das kann ich nicht verpassen. Ich denke mal, ich muss dafür einfach nur in mein Büro gehen.
I could hardly carry the...
Keine Nachrichten? Okay, ja. Heißt, irgendwas fehlt noch. Ach, vielleicht muss ich auch zu Malachit gehen und ihm sagen, jo, ich habe da jetzt eventuell ein Treffen. Das kann auch gut sein. Moment. Nee, das ist aber schon aktuell. Gut. Egal, das Ding habe ich. Dann bitte zum nächsten. Das müsste der hier sein.
Well, I'm back.
Ach so, hier steht nichts mit, hey, ich habe jetzt... Na gut, vielleicht kann ich auch einfach so Smalltalk machen.
For a brief moment, you...
Nein. Nee, okay, gut. Und Therma Case ist nur Malachit. Das ist tatsächlich nur
There
Malachit.
didn't seem much point in asking Malachite about himself. He wasn't likely to say anything useful. Frankly, he wasn't likely to say anything. It was looking like the only way to get through to this guy was with a chisel.
Okay, und hier habe ich jetzt aber nichts dazu bekommen, oder? Nein. Gut. So, jetzt heißt also wirklich noch herausfinden... Sie hat gesagt, sie würde mir einen Zettel ins Büro bringen. glaube, da liegt was. See.
I knew that someone had pushed the card under the door, and I knew what it meant. It meant that I should have fitted a letterbox.
Have arranged meeting with Therma on the rooftops at the junction of Sally Street and Phaedra Road. Come immediately.
Salis and Phaedra. There wasn't much around there. Nice and quiet.
So, das heißt jetzt am besten Malachit, denke ich mal, Bescheid geben. Weil er wollte ja eigentlich wissen, wo ist das? Das ist Café Ankh, Überwald, Mordwin, okay. Ach, der Rooftops, gut. Jo. Dann Malachit, mein Kleiner. Ich hab da was für dich. Ich habe ein Secret Meeting.
It's not been easy, but I've arranged a meeting with Therma.
Take me there. Take me to Therma.
In a moment. First, there's a couple of things we need to discuss.
Take me to Therma. Take me now.
Ja.
Okay.
Nein.
Let's go. The rooftops above Salis and Phaedra were quiet. No one had a reason to be up here. I was looking forward to meeting the mysterious Therma, and I was hoping I might get some answers out of her. Unfortunately, the last thing I remember was looking up at the moon.
Yay, ich wurde bewusstlos geschlagen.
The next thing I knew, I was being arrested by the Watch. They told me Malachite was as dead as two sides of bacon, and I was the prime suspect. His back had been chipped away like he'd said something particularly insulting to a disgruntled quarry workman, and they seemed to think my crowbar was the murder weapon. I had the opportunity and a possible murder weapon. All they were missing was motive. And anyone who had ever tried to get an intelligent comment out of the troll had a motive to kill him. It looked like I'd been stitched up as nicely as a fine genuine tapestry. They took me to Pseudopolis Yard to be interrogated. They had a salamander lamp shining in my eyes, so I couldn't see what was going on, but I could hear Nobby and a troll talking in the darkness. It was probably Detritus, the first troll to join the Watch. Detritus was the troll many people in Ankh-Morpork thought of when they heard the word troll, bringing back as it does vague memories of sudden concussion and extreme pain. Sometimes you'd hear two short planks being described as thick as detritus. Your ideal street cop, in fact.
So I'm the good cop.
No, I'm the good cop. You're the bad cop.
Then, why don't I get to prod him a bit with my fists?
Because we're supposed to get information out of him, and it's hard to understand people talking through a mouthful of loose teeth.
I can smash lightly. More like a gentle caress, right?
No. No punching.
I can kick using minimal acceptable force. Like Mr. Vimes says. Lots of it.
No. No punching, no kicking. We just talk to him.
Talk?
Right, well, I'll talk. You shout.
All right, you done it. Own up now, we know it was you.
No, 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 not yet.
Oh, all right.
I've just got to start the audiograph.
Right. All right, you done it now. You've got to sing like one of them flappy twittery things.
Wait! I've got to start the recording properly, otherwise it doesn't count. Right. Interviewing suspect Luton. Present, Corporal Nobbs, and Sergeant Detritus.
Now?
Now.
All right, you done it. You might as well make it easy on yourself. Everyone know it was you.
This is my interrogation, is it?
Don't you change the subject, you miserable excuse for our horse's donkey.
Just tell us what happened, Luton.
Here the facts. Fact. Mundy was killed. You found at the murder scene.
I
At
was
der Mörderscene.
unconscious.
How you knowing you was unconscious if you was unconscious, eh?
Das ist
With
schlau.
logic. Now you listen to me good, and then we see who wears the long two-legged garments. Fact. Escaped thingy, Mount Malachite.
Thingy? You mean troll?
Nah. Not escaped troll. Escaped...
Feline. Escaped feline? Yeah. He escaped from a holding cell. Is it possible the word we're looking for here is felon? That's the one. What did he do?
Hey, we asked the questions, you miserable arugaraha. You know what arugaraha mean?
He knocked over the Van Uberwald mansion. I never knocked over the Von Uberwald mansion. Now, that's what Malachite did. So what does arugraha mean?
In the precise moment that dog droppings turn white.
I think you'd better get back
gut
to
zu
being
wissen.
the bad cop.
I am the good cop.
Now, I'm the good cop.
So that make me...
The bad cop.
So how come I not get to hit you then?
We can't beat him up, Detritus. That'd be police brutality.
It only brutality if you leave marks what show. Escaped thingy, Mount Malachite. Was killed, and you was found at the murder scene there too.
Once again, I was unconscious.
Oh, how convenient for you. 2 murders and 2 unconsciousnesses. What about the murder weapon, eh? What about the crowbar?
Tell us where you got the crowbar, and I'll give you a smoke. One of your dog ends? No, thanks. I'll get you coffee. Maybe some cherry cake.
Ooh, cherry cake.
New suit. You get to choose the color. I think you're taking this good cop role too seriously.
Thank you. Now my turn. You want to fall down the steps to the cell without leaving your chair? It's fine by me.
Okay, ich würde sagen, ich sage jetzt einfach mal, was passiert ist. Ich glaube, es hat hier tatsächlich keine Auswirkungen.
Look, I had a meeting with a troll named Therma on the rooftops of Salis and Fedra. I'd arranged it on Malachite's behalf, and when we got there, I must have been knocked unconscious by the killer. I know it sounds improbable, but that's how it happened.
2 murders, and you happen to be unconscious at the scene of both.
You got to admit, Luton, it's a little far-fetched. You want I should make up a defense? You want I should lie? This is the Lawyers' Guild all of a sudden? Just tell us what you know. I've told you all I know. How come you know Malachite?
I met him on the streets.
I met him in the streets.
In
He
the
wanted me
streets,
to
okay.
find someone called Therma.
When you find out he was a felony.
A felon. And I didn't find out until just now. Luton, you're going down for murder. I don't think it's worth pretending you don't know who Malachite was. I didn't know who he was. Do I need to draw you a map?
To what?
It just doesn't seem right, Luton. You being a detective and all, and not knowing one of your clients was an escaped felon. What can I say? I guess I'm not as good a detective as you are. You want to know what else?
I wouldn't mind that map you mentioned. Might make things a little clearer.
Shut up, detritus. There isn't a map.
He said there was.
I kept following Malachite's case because it intrigued me, and the more I dug, the more interesting it became.
What did you find out?
I don't know. I guess I learned that I shouldn't have tracked down Therma. It seems likely to me that she's Malachite's murderer. Why don't you interrogate her?
There's no troll named Therma in Ankh-Morpork. You expect us to believe that this Therma killed Malachite and Monday and framed you for both? Come on, sing like a pigeon on a stool. You done it, didn't you?
There's no reasoning with you, is there?
Not often.
Come on, you ugly sewer scraping. We want something we can believe.
That's
Also
enough,
beleidigen oder drauf?
detritus.
Sir?
You can go.
I did it right?
Let's say you were everything I expected. Now go and write up the report. Not in crayon this time, please.
That should keep him busy for a few days.
He may be slow, but he's not an untrustworthy killer like you.
Why the personal interest in this case, Vimes? I'm sure you've got more important things to do now you're commander of the watch.
My reasons are my own.
You're not interested in my guilt or innocence. You're just out to nail me.
Frankly, Luton, I've got all the
Kinky.
evidence of your guilt I need, and if I get my way, they'll lock you up and melt down the key for scrap iron. You're a bad cop, and I don't have any time for you.
If you're so convinced of my guilt, why the interrogation?
Nobby has this deranged idea that there might be some extenuating circumstances that we ought to find out about.
It'd make everything a lot easier if you'd confess, Luton. I'm sure you had a good reason to do what you did. Let us help you. Cigarette? Holiday for two in Quirm, sea-facing room, we pay the minibar bill.
I'm not guilty and I'm not confessing to a crime I didn't commit.
Listen to me, Luton. We're conducting this interrogation because I believe in upholding the law.
There is no law in Ankh-Morpork.
True enough, but there's my law, and there's the patrician's law. Which would you rather face?
What's the difference?
Lord Veterinary considers it a happy state of affairs if the punishment can involve the actual perpetrator, but sees it as by no means essential. I consider it to be absolutely essential.
But you've already decided that I'm guilty.
That doesn't mean I've proved it.
And if I prove my innocence?
That's not going to happen.
Then what's the point of this farce?
Smoke?
No.
The thing is, Luton, we just want to find out what happened.
Do one decent thing in your life, Luton. Help us close this case.
Why should I?
So we can close this sorry little act and concentrate on the threat to the city.
The threat.
The counterweight killings.
Surely you have other suspects for the murders I'm accused of, even if you don't think they're part of the counterweight killings.
Smoke? A set of the complete plays of Whell the Dwarf bound in nearly real leather?
No, I don't want a smoke. I want to know who the other suspects are.
At the moment, you're top of our list.
Although you are the bottom of our list, too.
I am the list, aren't I?
Sorry.
Don't apologize, Nobby. Listen, Luton. There are other suspects for the counterweight killings, and we're investigating those. But for Mundy and the Troll, you're the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
What about Al-Khali?
Al-Khali?
One of Horst's cronies. I think he's been following me.
I guess I could interview him.
Why do I have a feeling that you won't?
Face it, Luton. You killed Mundy. You killed Malachite, and you tried to make it look like it was part of the counterweight killings.
What about Reagan?
The dead dwarf? What about him?
Another murder in suspicious, almost ritualistic circumstances. He's a nobody, but it has all the hallmarks of a counterweight killing.
Are you confessing to the murder of Reagan?
No. I'm just saying that Mundy and Malachite aren't the only nobodies to get bumped off in mysterious circumstances.
There was nothing mysterious about Reagan's death.
People don't just drive carriages off a bridge for no reason.
He was driving recklessly across the city. It's probably just a suicide. Maybe he was just drunk.
What about the bite marks?
Bite marks?
There weren't any bite marks. I looked.
Reagan was murdered. I'm sure of it.
You've got bigger problems than that right now, Luton. I suggest you concentrate on them.
Doesn't it make more sense that both Mundy and Malachite were killed by this so-called counterweight killer?
That's what you'd like us to believe, isn't it? You make the murders look like the counterweight killings and hope to get away with it.
That's it, isn't it? You're not interested in me. You want to catch the counterweight killer.
You're just a low-life killer, Luton. My job is to protect citizens from people like you.
What? You don't even like them much. You think they're all criminals.
Maybe,
Ankh-Morpork.
but murder leaves the place too messy.
Look, Luton, we don't think you're involved with the counterweight killings. But we have to know which ones are which if we're going to stop him from killing again. This is your chance to be a hero, to help us to catch a foreign assassin.
A hero? There's nothing I can do to save myself. Why should I care about the rest of the city?
Good point.
You were a good man once, Luton. This could be your one shot at redemption.
I was never that good a shot.
You ought to know, Luton, that you're a suspect in the counterweight killings. That crowbar of yours was palace property, which means you had access to at least one of the murder sites.
You're getting desperate, aren't you?
We're wasting our time with you.
Will you explain to me why you're so confident that Mundy and Malachite weren't killed by whoever was responsible for the rest of the counterweight killings?
Everyone else has been sort of important. Mundy and the Troll were nobodies.
Quiet, Nobby.
You're crazy. You think you found a pattern and you're forcing everything else to fit it.
We're doing our job.
Ja, okay, dann gehen wir halt auf.
Nothing I say is going to convince you of my innocence, is it?
It doesn't look that way.
All right. Yes, I was in Mundy's room when he was killed, but I was unconscious. And yes, I was on the rooftops when Malachite was killed. Again, I was unconscious. I don't know what happened, but somebody knocked me out, and whoever they are, they're the one you should be looking for.
Fine. If that's the way you want it, that's the way you'll get it. Give my regards to Lord Veterinary when your trial comes up. I doubt he'll be as patient with you as I have. The fact is, mister, that with you behind bars, the city will be a slightly better place.
I doubt it.
They delivered me into the hands of the palace guards, who delivered me into the walls of a holding cell. I had a bad feeling about the way things were going. Mostly people who were sent to the patrician for trial got seen right away. Rumor had it that being put in a holding cell pending trial was like being filed away in a drawer marked forgotten. And not a very big drawer at that.
Okay, gut. So. Was haben wir denn? Wir haben hier meine Zellentür. Wir haben da eine Ratte.
The door to the cell was so stereotypical I half expected to look around and find a bearded old man manacled to the wall. I pounded on the door, but no one seemed to care.
Hallo, kleine Ratte.
Fast little fellow, he disappeared the moment I started moving.
So. Da ist die Wand. Genau, da ist ganz viel Wand. Was habe ich eigentlich noch so an... Ah, diese beruhigenden Töne.
I could find nothing out of the ordinary about the wall. The wall to the cell had a nice dank feel to it. I expect it was Cell Wall of the Month in Home and Dungeon.
Liebes Twitch, das sind keine sexuellen Stöhngeräusche, das sind Foltergeräusche, ja? Ich bitte, das zu unterscheiden.
I could find nothing.
Ich weiß aber, dass da etwas
No
special
matter
ist.
what I did, that rat... I could find nothing out of the... The wall to the cell had a nice...
Ich weiß, dass hier irgendwo ein loser Stein ist.
I could find... The wall to the cell.
Das Problem ist jetzt, glaube ich, tatsächlich einfach nur, dass man das auch nicht so gut sieht. Weil es gerade
I
so dunkel
pounded on the
ist.
door, but no... The door to the cell...
Okay, hier ist alles nichts. Hier ist nichts.
I was beginning to lose patience with the little rodent. I was really starting to hate... This was getting very annoying. By then, I hated it so much I'd started calling it Bill.
Bill!
I could...
Irgendwas war hier doch.
I could find... The wall to the cell had a...
Weil ich habe ja auch ansonsten hier nichts. Da sind alles meine Infos. Ja.
I should probably get used... The wall to the cell...
Squeak?
I was beginning to lose patience. I was really starting to...
Nee, okay. Ratte geht trotzdem die ganze Zeit nur darüber. Hier ist ansonsten auch nichts. Hey, du sollst in die andere Richtung rennen, Kitty, Ratti, Bill.
I could find nothing. The wall to the cell...
Ich weiß, dass hier irgendwo was war. Das Problem ist jetzt gerade tatsächlich, dass einfach durch die Grafik sieht man das, glaube ich, nicht so gut. Ich meine, es gab irgendwo einen lockeren Stein oder so. Weil ich weiß, man kommt hier nämlich in eine Nachbarzelle. Und diese Nachbarzelle brauche ich. Ja, das war jetzt, glaube ich, der Hinweis.
As I worked my fingers around the crack, it became clear that the crack was the side of a loose slab.
Ach Mensch, looten.
The other side of the wall was another cell, but nothing like the holding cell. This was full of sketches and models, tools and materials. It looked more like a workshop, and there was someone working in it.
Would you like a cup of tea?
No, thanks.
Are you sure? Or are they not drinking tea outside anymore?
Outside?
The city. I take it you're from the city. How is it? Same as ever, I suppose.
You're Leonard de Quirm.
Yes, I am.
I'd found Leonard de Quirm. The man was almost a legend. There was no disputing that Leonard was a technological genius, but this meant he was as dangerous to the precarious stability of Ankh-Morpork as a compulsive smoker in a firework factory. Rumor had it that the patrician had locked him in a nice airy cell for everyone's safety, because Leonard was the kind of guy who'd light any fuse for the innocent pleasure of seeing what kind of bang he could make. The only other thing I could recall was that although the guy was hot stuff at the nuts and bolts, he was definitely at the bottom of the class when it came to thinking up names. The patrician keeps you imprisoned here,
Sorry?
You're working for the patrician?
Not really. He calls from time to time and has a look at some of my sketches. Nice man. He keeps me abreast of events on the outside.
What's that you're working on?
This is my flapping wing flying device. I built a small prototype out of gutta percha strips, twisted tightly together, and it worked, although not very well. Now I'm building a full-scale model.
Does it fly?
Not yet. But once I've solved the problem of the weight of the holding it together frame and the mechanical faults with the spinning blades radiating from the central hub, it should do. I was having trouble getting enough force to twist the blades together, but the troll the other week sorted that out for me.
Troll?
Yes. He was staying in your room before you. He made this window for me so I could watch the bird. Always good for inspiration are the birds. Not that I don't have enough inspiration as it is. Damn things. Just once I'd like to wake up without finding my sheets covered in sketches of novel designs for apple peelers.
Did you give the troll some metal strips by any chance?
Yes. He made them into a metal hook with prongs, I believe. Not one of my designs.
His name was Malachite.
Was it? It's possible. I never was good with names.
Wissen wir bereits schon. Jo,
Hello
Lennart.
again, Leonard.
Lass uns reden.
Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm deeply immersed in a mechanical problem.
Can I help?
It's not likely.
I kept waiting for him to say something else, but he was lost in his work.
Okay.
There was nothing useful to me on the table. Well, nothing useful that wasn't glued down, or that I thought Leonard wouldn't notice missing. Covered with wood, wire, paints, drawing materials, sketches, cartoons, and glue. The table was either the product of a highly deranged or a highly arranged mind.
Der Unterschied ist nicht groß zwischen deranged und arranged in dem Fall. Ist ganz schön windig draußen. Eine Feder. Ist die für mich? Kann ich die nehmen? Nein. Wieso kann ich die Feder nicht nehmen?
The gaping hole had been created by Malachite to escape from the palace. Leonard liked to think of it as a window. At that moment, I thought I heard the sound of someone at the door to my cell. My heart leapt to my throat and narrowly missed my tonsils. I had to get back to my cell and fast.
Run, Luton! Run!
Hello, Luton.
Nobby, what are you doing here?
I've come to let you go.
Does Vimes know you're here?
Yeah, he sent me.
What happened?
There's a witness to Malachite's murder. Saw the whole thing, although not very well. He couldn't identify the killer, but from the description we got from him, we can rule out you.
So, I'm off the hook?
More or less.
Vimes must be livid.
I've seen him happier, but he's still convinced you're involved in this somehow.
I dare say he has a point, actually. But I'm not a cold-blooded killer, whatever he may think. Who was the witness?
A gargoyle up on the roof of the clerk's office on Salis Street.
What did he see?
I'm not supposed to discuss that with you. Come on. Let's get you out of here.
You won't get any arguments from me.
Right, here's your stuff.
Where's the crowbar?
We're keeping that as evidence.
Yeah. Right. I'll see you around, Nobby. Thanks for coming to get me out. I appreciate it.
That's what friends are for, isn't it?
Friends are for getting you out of a holding cell?
Could
Ja, schon so ein
be. I
bisschen.
ain't got that many.
You won't get any argument from me. See you later. I had this feeling that I was caught in the middle of something big, but I still hadn't a clue what it was. All I could do was keep searching and hope that sooner or later I'd stumble upon the truth. Well, maybe not stumble, just very carefully put my foot on it and hope the other end didn't come up and hit me in the teeth.
Okay. Das Gute ist, jetzt habe ich hier einen guten Hinweis für für ein gutes Versteck. So, bitte einmal um die Ecke gehen. Falsche Taste. Ich denke mal, das müsste jetzt funktionieren, oder?
If I was going to use the grapple to scale the wall, I needed something that I could aim for and anchor to.
Mhm. Immer noch nicht so.
I should probably apply my lateral thinking elsewhere, because I reckoned right under the it was but I'd have...
Warte mal, vielleicht muss ich auch erst einmal... Ach. Ich muss jedes Mal hier gucken. Nein. Jetzt. Vielleicht noch einmal kurz schauen. Nein.
The palace walls were useful for keeping intruders out and keeping the... Looking closely, I could see the other side of the hole in the wall that I'd seen from inside Leonard's cell.
Würde das jetzt mit dem klappen?
Right. The palace wall. Looking closely, I could see the other...
Jetzt.
It always looked much easier in the clickies.
So. Heißt, eigentlich kann ich ja jetzt... Ich weiß nicht, kann ich jetzt hier einfach...
Hello again, Leonard.
Yes. Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm deeply immersed in a mechanical problem.
Can I help?
It's not likely.
I kept waiting for him to say...
Okay, also er sagt jetzt nicht mehr. Aber ich denke mal, das reicht doch so. Ich meine, ich habe das Achievement. Das heißt, es müsste als Info reichen, dass ich da jetzt zu Ilsa kann. Hoffe ich zumindest. Ilsa war beim Café. Ja. Nein, hier ist... Da oben ist das Café. Hey, mein Right Here ist weg. Du, du, du. Du, du, du.
I've done it. I found somewhere to hide him.
Where?
Where no one would even think about looking. Somewhere that only the patrician and I know exists, I reckon.
The patrician and you? What if the patrician finds two conkers there?
Two conkers should be able to hide without too much difficulty. Besides, I have a feeling that if Lord Veterinary meets two conkers, he'll have a different take on this situation. He doesn't like to see useful people get killed. Besides, I am sure this is the only place in Ankh-Morpork that he'll be safe from Remora. Is it okay to move him?
He should be okay.
To be feeling much better in thankings. Sure he's not still delirious?
Sometimes I wonder.
Let's go. Hello again, Leonard.
Hello. I'm afraid I had to go back to the drawing tablet with the spinning blades radiating from central hub. It was too heavy. The device flew all right, but only in a downward trajectory.
That is looking like some kind of fluttering machinery.
Yes. I call it a flapping wing flying device. But it isn't working yet.
May I take a look?
Be my guest.
Are you to be considering the increasings of the wingtitude?
The span of the wings? I considered it, but the weight is still the problem.
What if you be using bombastic wood for the flame? It hadn't occurred to me that two conkers would have any practical skills, but I guess you didn't carry out complex excavations without learning a thing or two about engineering. I left him to get to know Leonard and hooked up with Ilsa. She had a deal to keep. With two conkers safely hidden away, Ilsa kept her word. She took me straight to the guild and signed me in as her personal guest.
So. Laredo Kronk. Reden wir, glaube ich, erstmal mit ihr.
Excuse me. Can you help me?
That depends on what you want.
I'm new here. I'm just trying to get a feel for the place.
Are you a member?
Not yet.
What's your name?
Luton.
Laredo Kronk. Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
The pleasure is all mine.
Of course it is. So you're a guest, are you?
Is that a bad thing?
Only in so much as 8 out of 10 guests who confess to preference stole something before disappearing.
I'm not going to steal anything, trust me.
No, I think you're wrong. You are going to steal something, but don't worry about it. Almost everything the Guild of Archaeologists owns is stolen, and frankly, they should expect people to steal from them.
Do you steal from them?
Golly, no! I never steal from any building less than 1,000 years old, and with really exciting puzzles.
So, what do you do for a living?
I'm a tomb evacuator.
And what does that involve?
It's a lot of fun. It means breaking into ancient buildings within which no man or woman has walked for thousands of years, apart from whoever it is who leaves all those medical kits, of course, and working my way through fiendish traps and puzzles, and eventually stealing some priceless treasure.
And do you sell the treasure?
Goodness, no! I'm far too well-bred for that. I bring it here, and have to watch as they slam it into a vault that nobody will look in.
A vault?
Forget I said that. Suffice it to say, the Guild of Archaeologists has a priceless collection of artifacts, but no one gets to see them.
Isn't that a waste?
Well, nobody said archaeology was rewarding.
Why do you do it then?
For the excitement, silly. And the fame. Everyone has heard of Laredo Kronk.
I hadn't.
Well, most people have. I was on the front cover of Archaeologists Monthly twice last year.
I don't read it.
Those long words can be so tiresome, can't they?
So, what does a tomb evacuator do?
Nothing special. I break into places where priceless antiquities have been locked away for centuries, overcome the elaborate and convoluted security systems, defeat my rivals, and make away with the treasure. Typical day's work, really.
So, you must be pretty rich then.
Oh, I've got absolutely pots of money. Anyway, the whole thing with the tombs and so on is just a hobby. And of course, it's great for making friends.
What, among fiendish tomb-guarding monsters?
No, I kill all those. I meant people are always asking me things like, how do you get to the third ledge in the tomb of Tex-Mex cuisine? What's a walkthrough?
Never heard of it.
People are always asking me for one. I hope it's nothing to do with sex.
My mind just boggled. Sorry. Broken into anywhere interesting, have you?
Well, I knocked over the Grand Temple of Offler several times. Such sillies. Every time they get the Tear of Offler back, I take it. It's getting a bit boring recently. Then there's the Catacombs of Genua and the Temple of Anu at Al-Khali. I don't know, it's all a little routine. I'd like to do something new for a change.
Ever thought about retiring?
I'd love to, but the public seem to want me.
Ich hatte, glaube ich, damals nicht verstanden, dass sie Lara Croft ist.
You mentioned vaults.
I told you to forget I mentioned that.
I take it all the treasure that people find is kept in vaults under the guild.
I shouldn't discuss that with you since you're only a guest.
Worried I'm going to steal something?
Worried? No. I'm certain you're going to steal something.
Yeah!
I just don't care.
Why not?
I'm very philosophical about this sort of thing. It's like I said, everything in the guild is stolen. It seems only fitting that someone else should get to steal it back. Assuming they can overcome the traps, of course.
I wasn't about to ask. Do you know a troll by the name of Horst?
Jasper Horst. Yes, I know him. Horst and I go way back, and I don't mean that in a good way.
How do you know Horst?
You could say that he and I are rivals. We have this uncanny habit of turning up in the same place at the same time, looking for the same archaic treasure.
You sound bitter.
Well, I always win, of course. But that doesn't mean I don't resent his interference.
Must keep your life interesting, though.
Perhaps. I could stand a little less excitement in my life, though.
Na okay, schauen wir mal, was mir noch so erzählt. So, was weißt du über Asyl?
Does Azil mean anything to you?
The mad Ascari of the Great Neff. Ah, yes. I think I raided his tomb a couple of
Hey,
years ago.
Arik, schön, dass du
Didn't
da
get
bist.
much, frankly, but what I have is down in the vaults.
Mir geht's
The
ganz
vaults?
gut. Bisschen zu lang geschlafen?
Anyone
Aber
would
ansonsten,
think I
ja.
was trying to encourage you to break into the vaults beneath the guild, where centuries
Bei
of
dir so?
priceless treasures have accumulated.
It's all protected by a hideously complex and brutal security system, isn't it?
Hey! You're pretty sharp for a guest. Yes, I designed it myself. You'll like the sawtoothed doors.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
So, wir haben jetzt hier gerade ein Gespräch mit Laredo
Does
Kronk
3712V mean anything to you?
und wir müssen jetzt gerade...
Absolutely.
Moment.
Care to tell me what it means?
No, but I
Nur
promise
2
that the
Tage,
answer is
stimmt.
here somewhere in the guild.
Why do I not like the way you said that?
Probably because you have a strong survival instinct.
I
Und-
don't understand.
You will
Du
sooner or
siehst ja
later.
schon hier das Achievement,
Mark my
das
words.
trackt Laredo Kronk bei Setting her up for a Sequel. Ich muss mal gucken, ob man das ob man sie hier irgendwie entsprechend triggern kann.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
They're no one I've had the pleasure of meeting.
Okay. Was weißt
Do
du
you
über
know a
Alkali?
dwarf named Alkali?
Oh yes. One of Horst's cronies. Well, some of the time. We've sparred with each other a couple of times.
What do you make of him?
He's a treacherous rat-like man, and you do well to stay away from the likes of him.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
Do you know Ilsa and Two Conkers? I understand they're members of the guild.
Why, of course. I have a lot of respect for them. Of course, they do all that boring excavation work, which isn't really my thing. Still, someone has to do the boring stuff, I guess. Not everyone can lead an exciting, action-packed life like me.
Du kannst mir dann generell mal sagen, wie das Event war. Ich finde es halt ein bisschen schade, dass ich halt dieses Wochenende nicht kann, aber es kann halt leider nicht immer klappen. Ich wäre tatsächlich gerne wieder dabei gewesen.
What do you know about the counterweight killings?
Sorry, I'm not interested in politics.
Was hatten wir schon?
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass du hier Großes sagen
What do you
kannst.
know about the murder of Mount Malachite?
Sorry, I can't...
Das habe ich mir schon gedacht. So, das ist abgeschlossen. Hatten wir schon. Jasper und Laredo hatten wir schon. Hatten wir... Oh ja, hier. Die beiden Sachen.
What can you tell me about a golden sword?
Huh. You'll have to be more specific than that. Golden swords aren't that uncommon, you know. I must have evacuated about 30 in my career, and that's not including the golden daggers, golden lances, and golden kebab skewers.
I'm sorry.
The ancients seemed to think that gold was the best material to build everything out of. And I mean everything. The ziggurats of Tizuma had golden cutlery, golden swimming pools, golden bed sheets, and golden chamber pots.
Really?
Also,
Well, not anymore because I stole it all. But for a while it was very impressive.
Golden Chamber Pot klingt doch ganz gut.
Have you heard of a gold-plated jewel with the words Unquam Paratus inscribed on it?
That's the jewel Two Conkers is looking for, isn't it?
Yes.
He seems to think it's here in Ankh-Morpork.
And you don't?
If there was a valuable antiquity protected by an intricate and ancient security system anywhere in Ankh-Morpork, I'm sure I would have already found it.
Okay. The Warburg crates.
I understand the Varberg crates were brought here.
Really? Whatever gave you that impression?
You've not heard of them?
If the Warburg crates were stored safely in the vaults beneath the guild, behind many intricate and cleverly designed traps and pitfalls, I certainly wouldn't tell you.
I get the impression that you really want me to try and break in.
What's the point in my sitting down and designing a security system if no one is going to try and overcome it?
Aren't you worried I might succeed?
No.
Hey, das ist aber nicht sehr nett.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Das habe ich mir schon gedacht.
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Das habe ich mir auch schon gedacht. Okay, schauen wir mal. Guck mal, was ich hier habe. Schade. Was weißt du über diese Münze?
Does this mean anything to you?
I'd say it was either a Sortian or a Sortese coin. Not especially valuable.
What's the difference?
Between Sortian and Sortese. About 2,000 yards. Sort was a city, the site of the famous Sortian Wars, and Sorta is a village, the site of the famous Sortian Wars tourist trade. Where did you get it?
It's not important.
You stole it, didn't you?
No.
Oh, come on, I can see it in your eyes. Don't worry, I'm proud of you. The disc needs more tomb evacuators. We're really not that common. And there seems to be a never-ending supply of tombs, catacombs, pyramids, ziggurats, burial chambers, wrecks, caves, lost cities, temples, mines, crypts, mazes, barrows, castles, forts, vaults, swamps, chasms, labyrinths, mountains, mausoleums, tunnels, and dungeons to raid.
Tunnels and dungeons?
And trolls and dragons. You'll get the hang of it, I'm sure.
Tunnels and Dungeons and Trolls and Dragons. Und was haben wir hier?
Do you know what this is?
Looks like some kind of charm bracelet from Uberwald. Might have some value, but it's obviously not very old. There are far more interesting artifacts out there if you're interested, than just a little foolhardy.
Just a little foolhardy?
I mean, if you're prepared to spend your typical day dodging poison darts, falling weights, pit traps and mechanical spears.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Dann schauen wir mal. Ist das ein Missable Achievement oder kann ich da notfalls nochmal hingehen? Gucken wir mal ganz kurz. Ich will jetzt nämlich zumindest mal schauen, dass ich die Missables mitnehme. Aber ich meine, ich muss sie eventuell einfach nur wegkriegen, weil sie, glaube ich, den Eingang bewacht. Heißt, sie dürfte jetzt eigentlich ein Story Progress sein, oder? Gucken wir mal. Ja, sie ist ein Story Progress. Okay. Dann kann ich da zumindest erstmal nichts verpassen.
It was only a small bookcase, but it might have something interesting on its shelves.
Honestly, you're like a little child. Leave it alone.
I wasn't an expert, but I was pretty sure the hinged book was a switch of some kind.
You mustn't touch that.
Ja, ja.
You mustn't touch that.
Excuse
the
me?
fireplace was home to a roaring fire, providing light and warmth. There was something distracting about it, but I couldn't work out what.
Okay. Schauen wir mal kurz zu Dingsbums. Genau, zu Celis in Fedra. Vielleicht finden wir hier noch was. Oh, stimmt, ich konnte mit Gable, glaube ich, reden.
Are you the gargoyle that witnessed the troll's murder? Clark's Gable?
That's right.
I don't suppose you could talk a little more clearly.
Thing is, I have a gutter in my mouth. Have you ever tried to speak with a gutter in your mouth?
Have I ever tried to hick with a what?
A gutter. A gutter in your mouth.
Oh, with a gutter in my mouth.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess I haven't given much thought to the orally challenged.
That's okay. We're none of us perfect.
I heard you saw the murder that took place here the other night.
Sure did.
Mind if I ask you some questions about it?
Be my guest.
Erzähl
So
mir
you're
was
a
über dich,
gargoyle,
Gable.
then?
What kind of a conversation opening do you call that, eh?
Don't you get bored being stuck in the same place for so long?
You get used to it. Mating is a bit of a pain.
You must be incredibly patient.
Oh, I always have plenty of things to think about.
Such as?
Well, like, is it raining? Or doesn't that cloud look like a really big cloud?
Oh, the fun never stops when you're up on the rooftops.
You said it.
Okay, gehen wir nochmal zum Thema Mating.
How do gargoyles mate?
Very slowly.
You can move, though.
Course. How do you think I got here in the first place,
Then why don't you?
Look, I don't criticise you for running about like your brain would stop if your body stopped moving. So don't criticise me and my lifestyle, eh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause any offense.
That's okay. We're none of us perfect.
Also gut, erzähl mir mal ein bisschen was. Fangen wir am besten wirklich erstmal mit dem auffälligsten an, und zwar Malachites Mörder.
Can you tell me what you saw the other night?
When the troll was killed, eh?
Has anything else interesting happened recently?
Well, I got a pigeon yesterday. That's a rarity. Mostly they steer clear of the rooftops that are colonised by gargoyles.
Putting that to one side, what did you see the other night?
Well, I can only tell you what I told the watch. I saw you and the big troll come up the ladder, only once you were on the roof, it was hard to make out what was going on because of the shadows. But I saw the troll get savaged repeatedly by some kind of creature, some kind of beast.
A beast?
Yeah, that's the best description I can give you.
It's not much help, but thanks all the same.
What for?
For getting me out of jail.
No problem. Glad I could help. If you could toss the odd pigeon up here next time you're passing, I'd be grateful, yeah.
Okay, ein Biest.
Is there anything more you can tell me about this bestial attacker?
Nah, nothing springs to mind.
Do you happen to know Laredo Kronk?
There's no way
someone I know.
Das habe ich mir schon gedacht.
As a long shot, I asked if Clark's Gable had seen Horst up on the roof. Not surprisingly, he hadn't.
Okay, schauen wir mal. Weißt du hierüber etwas?
You can see the Magdalen Bridge from here, can't you?
Sure.
I don't suppose you saw a carriage drive off the bridge the other night?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
What happened?
Let me see, I remember the carriage coming flying along the bridge. The driver was a dwarf, I think, and he went into convulsions just before the carriage went out of control. The next thing I know, there's someone coming out at the back of the carriage.
What did they look like?
My eyesight's not that good, yeah. All I know is that as the driver went limp, the other person cut the reins. The horse ran off, the carriage careened into the river, and this other person leapt clear.
That's all you saw?
That's about it,
Da hast du mir mehr erzählen können, als ich gedacht hätte. Hatten wir. Ich glaube, darüber wird er nichts
Can you
wissen.
think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings?
Sorry.
Okay, can't help with that. Das ist okay.
Out of curiosity, I checked with the gargoyle to see if Ilsa or two conkers had been up on the roof. It didn't seem like they had. I couldn't help but wonder if Al-Khali had been up on the rooftops, but the gargoyle didn't recognize his description. I gave Carlotta's description to Clark.
Okay. Ups.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Sorry.
Okay. Nein. So, das haben wir nicht mehr, das haben wir nicht mehr. Okay. Die sind wir alle. Ach ja, hier, die zwei vielleicht noch.
I didn't...
Nein. Nein, okay.
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
Sorry.
Do you know anything about... Do you...
Nein, habe ich mir schon gedacht. Aber Bestial Attacker, das ist doch schon mal was. So, weißt du hierüber etwas? Nein, will er nicht wissen. Nein. Okay, Dankeschön. Kurz warten, es scheint da gerade was zu laden.
I couldn't think of a good reason to erase the chalk outline other than the giddy thrill of vandalism. They'd put a chalk outline where Malachite had fallen. It really drove home how big that troll was.
Okay, ansonsten scheint ja aber erstmal nichts weiter zu sein. Ich meine, immerhin wissen wir jetzt was von einem Bestial Attacker. Das ist doch schon mal was. Gehen wir mal kurz zu Horst. Radio!
Ah, Mr. Luton. It is always a pleasure to see you. I trust you.
I trust you. You have brought me anything.
I'm a patient.
So, das ist beides nichts Neues. Fragen will ich mal trotzdem noch ganz kurz, ob du was zu diesem Jewel kennst.
The jewel wasn't the kind of thing.
Okay, gut, nein. Counterweight, hier, Bestial Attacker.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
The commissary.
Nein, okay.
A woman named Laredo Crunk is in town. It seems to me that you might know her.
Laredo is here in Ankh-Morpork? Really? I thought that we had dealt with her in the temples of Tezuman. She is full of surprises, that one. Would you do me a favor, sir, as one friend to another?
Perhaps. It depends on the favor.
But of course, your prudence continues to speak well of you. I'd like for you to arrange a meeting with Laredo for me.
It seems as if I'd be doing you a favor. It seems as if I should be getting something in return.
Very well. Arrange this meeting for me, and we can discuss the sword in detail. Do we have an agreement?
Works for me. I'll go give her the news. I can't guarantee she'll turn up, though.
Oh, she'll come. We have much to discuss.
Dann war der Gedanke doch gar nicht so verkehrt. Okay, Laredo, wo bist du? Der Guild of Archaeologists. So, lass uns reingehen. Hallo, lassen Sie mich rein? Ich habe hier mit Laredo Kronk etwas zu besprechen, weil sie im Weg ist.
I'm back.
Apparently so.
Jasper Horst möchte dich treffen, Laredo.
I've got a message for you from Horst.
Horst is in Ankh-Morpork.
Absolutely. He wants to meet with you to discuss certain matters arising.
Super.
I have to say that it's probably a trap.
Of course it's a trap. That's what makes it interesting. I'll see you later, Luton.
Best of luck.
You too.
Laredo made her way over to Horst's quarters and didn't look back. I had no idea what the two had to talk about, but I was sure it would lead to a new and exciting adventure, one even more complex and challenging than her last. For the time being at least, Laredo was out of the way.
So, jetzt können wir nämlich hier dran ziehen.
I heard a faint click, and the next thing I knew, the fireplace was revolving. I won't bore you with the details of the Guild's security system. After all, if you've seen one intricate and fatal collection of pits and traps, you've pretty much seen them all. Suffice to say, it took a lot of trial and error, some scorched eyebrows, and more levers than I could count.
So, okay. Da ist es ein Miserable. Ich muss, glaube ich, ein paar Mal hier reinrennen. Genau.
This wasn't turning out to be one of my better days.
Dreimal? Okay. Das ist kein Problem. Was war das gerade für ein umständliches Hin und Her?
To get turned into an amphibian once was unlucky. Twice looked like carelessness.
So, gucken wir mal, was beim dritten Mal kommt.
I was beginning to wonder whether I should give up on being a private investigator and see what the job opportunities were like for a toad.
Sehr schön. Gut. Jetzt will ich mal nur noch ganz kurz schauen. Ich denke mal, ich muss vorher die Schalttafel kurz überprüfen, um zu wissen, dass dafür brauche ich, glaube ich, Warp und ich muss ihn mit dem Lucky Charm erpressen, soweit wie ich mich erinnere. Damit er mir im Prinzip erzählt, wer das war. So wie es geht. The panel.
There was a panel by the oak door with runes on it. I punched away at the runes randomly, but as far as I could tell, nothing happened.
Okay, gut. Ah, security notice.
I wasn't about to steal the security notice. Up on the wall of Vault 51 was a sign reading, "Unseen securities, magical alarms, wards, and hexes." I guess a place like this needed the best security around.
Ja, dann soll es aber vielleicht kein Zauberer machen, der spielsüchtig ist und deswegen solche horrende Schulden hat, dass man ihm die Infos sehr leicht aus den Rippen ziehen kann. Aber hey! Who am I to judge? Schließlich ist das Ankh-Morpork und da nimmt man sowas halt mal mit, ne? Also, das ist im Preis inbegriffen. Ist so nervig, dass ich jedes Mal zu, oder? Nein, ich muss jedes Mal mit Whirl reden. Das ist ein bisschen nervig.
Wait.
Okay, Whirl, mit dir brauche ich nicht zu reden. Schauen wir mal. Das nächste ist Find what you are looking for in Vault 51 and End Arc 2. Ja, okay, gut. Kein Ding.
Hello again, Warb.
Luton.
I think this charm bracelet is worth something to you.
Really?
The charms are carved from serendipitous redwood. It's a genuine luck bringer.
Where did you get it? And if it's so lucky, why do you want to give it to me?
It used to belong to Reagan. And I'm not going to give it to you, but I might trade it to you.
Reagan? The dwarf, yeah. I remember seeing him wear it at the tables. Do you think that was why he always won?
I'm no expert, but anything's possible.
You're right. I'm interested. What do you want for it?
What have you got?
I haven't got any money. Actually, I don't think I've got anything of any value to offer at all.
I guess we'll just have to think of something.
So, erzähl mir mal was zu Vault 51.
I have an idea of what you can trade me for the bracelet.
Go on.
You work for Unseen Securities, right?
Yeah?
Well, I need to get into Vault 51 under the Guild of Archaeologists, and you can help me.
No. No. That's a bad idea. I could get into serious trouble.
Face it, Warb, your life's a mess. You've got nothing to lose. But if this charm bracelet is as good as it seems, it could make a world of difference to you.
Whoa, if they traced a break-in back to me, my life wouldn't be worth living.
In the first place, no one is going to know I broke in, and in the second place, there's no reason they need to trace it back to you. And in the third, your life is already not worth living. What difference is this going to make?
Oh, maybe you're right. All right, I'll do it.
How do I switch off the security system for Vault 51?
I don't know what their watchword is, but all the unseen security systems have a back passage.
What's that?
It's a way to switch them off that only we know about.
What is it?
You'll have to find the rune panel.
What's it look like?
It's a small panel with runes marked on it. You touch the right runes in sequence to switch it off.
What's the sequence for the back passage?
Give me the bracelet first.
Here you are. Now, what's the sequence for the back passage?
Whatever the runes are on the panel, make an X starting in the top left and finishing in the bottom left. That's the back passage.
A pleasure doing business with you, Warb.
You won't tell anyone about this, will you?
Don't worry. I'm feeling honorable today.
Juhu! Habt ihr es jetzt als Hinweis bekommen, so? Back Passage, ja, gut. Dankeschön. Moment, ich bin gerade ein kleines bisschen gehandicapt. Meine Katze verlangt Aufmerksamkeit. Dafür habe ich jetzt gerade immer eine Hand zu wenig. Entweder ist es, ich kann Katze streicheln oder ich kann zocken. Ja, meine Kleine. Da. Ich vergesse jedes Mal, wo die Sachen sind. Ja, meine Kleine. Ja, ich hab dich doch auch lieb. Ja. Ja. Boah.
Just as Warb had told me, I made an X on the control panel. I just hoped he was telling the truth.
Wow, dieses Plop gerade. Aua, Jola, das waren Krallen.
Where I once knew a man who
Also.
had that tattooed on his buttocks.
Moment. Ich wollte doch eigentlich nochmal so. Was hast du jetzt hier nochmal gesagt?
One of the vaults grabbed my attention more than the others. Vault 51. Whereas most of the vaults were open, this one was sealed behind a large oak door with the words Nil Introitus written on it. I once knew a man who had that tattooed on his buttocks. Vault 51. I couldn't deny it. It made a big impression on me. Not quite as big an impression as some of the traps on the way would have done, but at least the impression it was making wasn't fatal. I didn't have time to search through all the crates. There were thousands of them. Vault 51 was filled with crates and displays of all shapes and sizes. I couldn't even begin to guess what treasures were lost in its cavernous interior. Perhaps even that pen I lost the other week. The crates were labeled with some kind of 4-digit reference number, and there did seem to be some sort of a pattern as to how they were organized. Vault...
Ups, das hatte ich schon. So. Ja, 4-Digit Pattern. Aber gucken wir erstmal nach Asyl. Ich weiß, da könnte man auch ein bisschen was finden, glaube ich.
Almost by pure luck, I managed to find a display on Azyl, the mad Ascari of the Great Nev. The cabinet was full of ancient bric-a-brac from the time of Azyl, the Madaskari of the Great Nev. Apparently, he used to bury his enemies upside down in the desert. Nobody knows why. I had no desire to try and open the Azyl display. It all looked like garbage to me.
Aber hey, das ist doch eine schöne Ausstellung. Kann ich nicht trotzdem hier einfach mal was klauen? Ich meine, wenn wir schon einmal hier sind, kann ich hier noch was extra klauen?
I suppose I could have used the troll's tooth to score through the glass on the cabinet. But everything inside looked like junk to me, and I didn't want to risk it.
Ja. Geh mal wieder zurück.
I worked my way around the vault towards Exhibit 3712V. The glass cabinet contained urns from Zorta and was labeled 3711 to 3713V. It was one of the most boring things I've ever seen. The fat urn was clearly a very ancient piece of pottery. It looked very boring indeed. The tall urn was probably a priceless antiquity, but I really didn't care. The small urn was as boring as the other two urns. There wasn't much I could do to the The troll's tooth scored through the cabinet's glass like an accountant through a rich man's wallet.
Oops.
I smashed the toy urn into tiny pieces, and inside was the golden sword.
Aber hättest du nicht einfach das Schwert auch so rausnehmen können?
Finally, this was it. The artifact that Carlotta, Horst, and who knows how many other people were looking for. Frankly, it was a bit of an anticlimax. I expected it to at least glow a little, or perhaps sing to itself quietly, or hum with the stolen souls of 1,000 men. But it just felt cold and hard in my hand, like any other sword. Suddenly it came over me that everything would go wrong. It sounds crazy, but it's true, so help me. I couldn't hear my footsteps. It was the walk of a dead man. When I made it out of the guild alive, I thought I was home free. But there was something wrong. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew I was in danger. I'm not a suspicious man, but I am a cautious man. I decided then and there to start running and not look back until my office door was safely locked behind me. But something else had plans for me not to make it that far.
Das ist ja auch das Intro des Spiels. Also nicht ganz so komplett, aber ein Teil. Ja, meine Kleine. Gebracht. Was sagst du dazu, Yoda?
I don't know when I first began to suspect that I wasn't dead. I guess it must have been when I realized I was thinking about whether or not I was dead. The anthropomorphic entity with the scythe hadn't turned up, so I figured I was either alive or undead. And it didn't take me long to work out which. I wandered through the streets in a daze, not really knowing what was going on. At first, I couldn't make out any colors. Then gradually the city came alive with vast clouds of pigmentation. Against it all, there was an ever-present mist of bright green, cloying and unpleasant. There was a dissonance about it that I couldn't place, until I realized I was smelling the rank odor of the river Ankh. I was smelling... Every smell fascinated me. The resonant scents combined into a symphony. Every street was an opera, every lamppost an invitation. I don't know how long I wandered the streets. It's hard to tell which way is up when your world has been turned upside down. I ended up back where I started because I didn't know what else to do. Plus, my coat was in the coffin, and Ankh-Morpork is a bad neighborhood to be caught naked in.
Woof, woof.
Jasper!
I haven't got anything to eat, if that's what you want.
Woof.
Nee, Gaspode ist das.
Woof, woof.
I haven't got any idea what's going on either.
Woof, bloody woof.
Hey!
That's pretty sharp. Most people don't catch on to that.
What did you say?
Woof, woof.
You can talk, can't you? I mean, really talk.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
How did you do that?
Well, I can sort of talk.
Nonsense. If there was a talking dog in Ankh-Morpork, I'd have heard about it.
Well, the thing is, most people don't seem to notice it.
Yeah, right. Like you wouldn't notice a talking dog.
Seems like people only see what they expect to see.
Mhm.
How philosophical of you.
I just calls them as I see them.
So how come I can tell you can talk?
I don't claim to understand it, I just do it.
Do you know what's happened to me?
I'm guessing you didn't know you were a werewolf till you woke up this morning.
I'm a werewolf. That explains what's happening to me. I thought somebody slipped something into my embalming fluid.
First order of business is to train you up then.
Hold it right there. I don't need your help.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Look at yourself. What's your name?
Luton. I'm a private investigator. Well, I was. Then I was dead. Then I was, well, a werewolf, I suppose. I guess I spoke too soon. Maybe I do need your help. What's your name?
Gaspode the Wonder Dog.
The Wonder Dog?
Hey, don't knock the name. I was named after the famous Gaspode.
Never heard of him.
Most people haven't. He belonged to an old man in Ankh many years ago. When the old man died and was buried, Gaspode lay down on his grave and howled for a couple of weeks, growling at anyone who came near. Then he died.
And they called him the Wonder Dog because he was such a paragon of doggy faithfulness and loyalty.
Until they discovered that his tail had been trapped under the stone, yeah.
How do you think I became a werewolf?
Well,
Presumably, you got bit by a werewolf.
Bitten.
Right. Lesson 1. Don't correct me grammar, all right?
Sorry.
Okay. Well, once I've trained you, I suggest that the first thing you do is try and work out how you got infected.
Infected?
With lycanthropy. It's the blood disease that werewolves have. Now, since you don't have any cubhood memories of romping with your pack, I reckon it's a safe bet that you got infected somehow.
So someone I know is a werewolf.
Give the wolf a cigar.
So can I change between being a wolf and a man at will?
Sort of. There's a certain way the change works.
The change?
There's 2 things you've got to learn about being a werewolf. The nose and the change.
The nose?
Yeah, the nose. Werewolves have a unique perception of the world, a different point of smell.
I've noticed that. I can see scents as colors, and they have a certain feel about them, too.
Those colours are unique. Each smell has its own signature colour. So you can tell whether or not someone has been somewhere by whether or not you can see their scent there.
Even as a man?
No, only when you're a wolf.
And how do I switch between forms?
That's what the change is all about. It's a skill you've got to learn how to do. Now, you've already used it to turn into a wolf. Soon, you'll be able to change whenever you wanna.
How did I change this time if I didn't know how?
That's the other thing about the change. You have to change at the full moon. I guess that's what brought this on in the first place. Other times, it's voluntary.
So can I change now?
Give it a try.
At first I didn't know what to do. But Gaspode talked me through it.
Ooh.
Then, when I could see the world in all its psychedelic glory, Gaspode started teaching me about the nose.
You look around, tell me what you see, as a wolf.
There's a lot of colors.
Phew, I can see how you became a private investigator. You get a lot more information about scents with your werewolf senses. You can see them as colours.
I can see a mist of bright green surrounding everything. And there's something that looks like a long stream of purplish red cloud with some tiny fluorescent greenish yellow purple specks in it. Also, there's a ground fog of some kind of unpleasant blue.
Well, the bright green is the stench of the River Ankh. No mistaking that. That long stream of cloud sounds like the scent of someone having gone through the cemetery recently. Does it smell like a privy carpet?
No, it smells like Carlotta, but with less treble.
Well, it wasn't me then. I guess I'm the ground fog of unpleasant blue.
Who was it?
I don't know who it was, but it was someone.
I can't see my own scent.
Well, that's normal. You're so used to being around it that it's invisible to you. And that's handy for me, what with my stench and all.
So I can follow the purplish scent to find this person.
If you want, and assuming you don't lose the trail. Other smells eventually drown scents out, especially out on the streets.
What about the coruscating dots?
What's it like?
It's like flashing green, yellow, purple.
Is it like mature mould with an earthy echo?
No.
It's not you then? Dunno what it is. See where else you find it and you might be able to work out what it is.
I figured that could come in handy in my line of work. Assuming I could change back to being human, that is. I gave it my best shot.
Nicely done.
I learnt from a master.
Right, that's about it. Apart from the full moon, you can be whatever you want to be. But as of the full moon, you're sniffing lampposts with the rest of us.
Juhu! Akt 3. So, jetzt will ich mal ganz kurz schauen. Was ist das? Ich muss jetzt nur schauen, wo hier die Taste war, um... Wow, da sind aber gerade die... Nein, das hatten wir schon. Was ist das? Das ist das, das ist das. Oder muss ich dafür auf Looten gehen? Ah, ich muss dafür auf Looten gehen. Okay, gut, so war das. Was steht denn hier auf dem Brief?
There's a letter at my graveside.
Who's it from?
Ilsa.
Who's Ilsa?
An old flame of mine from the good old days.
How old?
Old enough to be good.
What does it say?
It appears to be a love letter.
Dear Luton, I'm writing this letter even though I know I will never have the courage to give it to you. I have to leave Ankh-Morpork. I can't tell you why. I wish I could. These last few days have meant the world to me, but I haven't the strength to tell you to your face that I can never be yours. I am married to an Agatean man named Two Conkers, and I thought I would never see him again. He was dead to me, and my life was empty. Please believe me, I never meant to hurt you. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I will always look back on the Hotel Pseudopolis fondly.
You all right?
Sure. This is just one of those big emotional scenes like in the Clickies.
I suppose a bone is out of the question. Maybe a dog biscuit? Wag, wag?
No, Gaspodi. Jetzt lässt
There
er
was a
liegen.
water-soaked letter.
Gut. Und was steht denn hier auf unserem Grabstein? Das ist immer noch ganz interessant.
My tombstone. Luton P.I. Gone and forgotten. Not the epitaph I'd hoped for.
Aber true. So, jetzt will ich noch ganz kurz... Gehen wir mal kurz hier in die Wolfsform. Ich will mir kurz die Farben anschauen. So, hier. Hier, Sense. Das...
The aroma of a very old and slightly damp nursery rug. Eau de Gaspode. The unmistakable scent of the River Ankh. A strange scent I first found in the cemetery. The scent of a woman.
Ach, da, das ist Fuchsia, okay.
The scent of a woman around my grave. The smell of Gaspode the Wonder Dog, not unlike that of a privy carpet. Something had passed through the cemetery and left a very strange trail.
Ach so, und das da ist das...
The famous stench of the River Ankh, so beloved by the citizens of Ankh-Morpork.
Kann ich den Dingern so folgen? Nee, okay. Wirst du dich bitte wieder in einen Menschen verwandeln? Ich will nochmal ganz kurz mit Gaspodi reden. Und danach wird es, denke ich mal, erst einmal.
I'm back.
Good boy.
Hey! Ah, bestimmt schon.
Do you see sense as colors?
Nah, I'm just a dog.
How did you know what I was talking about?
I just had to think about what the things I could smell would look like as a colour. Wasn't too hard.
Can you go through those colors again?
Oh nö, hatten wir schon.
All right. There was the general bright green mist of the River Ankh, right?
Right. And the hideously unbearable blue fog is you.
Hey! It was only unpleasant a short while ago.
You're telling me.
Then you've got a trail of purplish red with flashing dots, which is where somebody passed through the cemetery.
But we don't know who.
Right. And if you don't follow it before the smell of the Ankh drowns it out, you'll just have to wait until you find it again somewhere else and compare it.
Are you the only dog on the streets, then?
No.
Tell me about the others.
The Dog Guild. Bunch of troublemakers trying to overthrow the master race.
Overthrow the master race?
Yeah, your kind. Well, your kind before some werewolf bit you.
And who do you think could have bit me?
Well, there are a few werewolves in Ankh-Morpork. Like any busy metropolis, we have our share of the ethnic minorities.
Not all of those minorities change shoes by about 14 sizes in the full moon, though.
True enough.
Tell me about the Dog Guild.
I already told you. A bunch of troublemakers.
But there's no guild house for a guild of dogs.
That's right. No motto and no coat of arms. Not even a little tartan one.
So what's the deal?
The guild is made up of all the dogs who have been bad boys.
How do you join?
You have to run away from your owner.
What does a dog guild do?
Same as a regular guild.
Cut themselves off from everyone else and act smug?
That's about it. It controls scavenging rights, nighttime barking duties, breeding missions, and howling rotas.
Seriously?
Well, it used to when Big Fido was in charge. Since he, disappeared, they've basically just run around as a pack of thugs.
Disappeared?
He's dead. I know he's dead anyway. I saw it happen. But observational evidence isn't as compelling as you'd like to think. Nah, most of the dogs believe that he lives on, leading a huge pack of mountain wolves who nightly strike terror into isolated farmsteads. I guess it makes digging in the middens and hanging around the back doors for scraps seem, more bearable.
We're only doing it until Big Fido gets back.
Exactly.
You said there were a few werewolves in Ankh-Morpork.
That's right.
Do you know any of them?
I thought I knew all of them.
Who are they?
Well, there's Ludmilla Cake.
Who's she?
Mrs. Cake's daughter. Even in human form, Ludmilla is built to a larger scale, and she has slightly pointed ears and teeth which are white and beautiful but catch the light in a disturbing way.
Ach, wie romantisch.
What's she like?
Apparently, she has this disturbing habit of staring at people's throats while she talks to them, which tends to put a damper on the conversation.
Anyone else?
There's Lupine, although he's technically a were-man. He's a 7-foot-tall, muscular, hairy young man with long canines, pointy ears and yellow eyes during the full moon. The rest of the time he is a real wolf.
That must make relations with other werewolves difficult.
Well, he appears to have a satisfactory liaison with Ludmilla, despite being the same shape only 1 week per month.
That all of them?
After that, there's only Angua.
Angua?
I don't want to talk about Angua.
Where does Angua come from?
I told ya. I don't want to talk about it.
Did you run away from your owner?
Not exactly.
What happened?
He threw me into the river in a sack with a brick when I was a pup.
How did you survive?
Well, luckily, the river was the Ankh, so I just walked ashore in the sack.
That's quite a puppyhood you had.
Yeah, and that's not mentioning the certain confused relationship I had with the brick for several days.
So you've never had an owner?
Well, I was fixed up with some owners.
Were they nice?
Oh, they were nice, all right. They were so bloody nice, it drove me nuts. Yeah, they were always patting me and giving me a bloody B-A-T-H.
Nein.
They even gave me a little bright doggy bowl with the words Mr. Huggy on it.
Oh, diese Perversen.
And you ran away?
The moment the brush hit the bubble bath.
Who was Big Fido?
Yeah, he used to be a rather dainty white poodle with the overgrown remains of a poodle cut and wearing a diamante collar.
What happened?
He went, to hijack a phrase, barking mad. One day he realised that everything around him, his bowl, his collar, his kennel, his blanket, had his name on it. He ate his blanket, savaged his owner, and ran off to found the Dog Guild.
And others followed him?
He intimidated others with his dream that all dogs were wolves at heart and needed only to band together to overthrow humanity, the master race, and reclaim their ancient heritage.
Mhm.
And where is he now?
Nobody knows. But mothers tell their pups to be good, or Big Fido will get them.
I thought you said he was dead.
Oh, he is. I saw it happen. Kinda, sorta, fell to his death. His sorry remains were picked up by foul old Ron and sold to a furrier in about 5 minutes. But that's just what actually happened. That doesn't mean anyone knows what happened.
The myth has more power than the truth.
Mhm.
You're not as dumb as you look, are you, Luton?
Hey,
I'll make a wolf out of you yet.
das hättest du wenigstens ein bisschen freundlicher sagen können. So, gehen wir mal hier noch ein bisschen was durch. Ja, Monty Case ist sogar der erste Fall, glaube ich, ne? Gucken wir mal ganz kurz. Genau, Asyl und das alles ist schon mal weg. Genau. Oh, das Ding ist... hier ist dermaßen Frame Drop in der Szene drin. Aber es liegt am Spiel tatsächlich.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
No use asking me about human murders.
Stimmt schon. Carlotta von Überwald. Ich weiß tatsächlich selber, die Überwalds sind auch nahezu alles Werwölfe.
Uberwald?
Luton. Uberwald is the undead capital of the Disc.
And werewolves count as undead?
And if Sir would care to look to his left, where we can see the open grave that Sir was recently self-exhumed from.
I get the point. What about the von Uberwald clan?
I think I've heard of those. Isn't their motto Carpe Jugulum?
Seize the throat?
Yeah, sounds about right.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Kali?
Don't know him.
Ja, ich gehe davon aus, dass du nicht viel sagen wirst, außer halt wirklich hier, dass wir diesen Hinweis haben, dass Carlotta ein Werwolf ist.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
Don't know him.
Aber wir gehen trotzdem einmal alles durch. In klassischer Point-and-Click-Manie, die man früher so hatte, gehen wir einfach mal alles durch.
You seem to have your ear to the street.
Ha, ha.
Have you heard anything about the counterweight killings?
I've heard a little.
What do you make of it?
Whoever it is, I don't think he's from outside Ankh-Morpork.
What makes you say that?
No one cares about what happens in Ankh-Morpork except for those of us who live here.
That's nonsense. We almost went to war with Klatch not that long ago.
Yeah, but now they've done that once, they're hardly likely to do it again. Nah, trust me. It's a local job.
Das ist okay. So, Mundis Mörder hat man schon, Regens Mörder wird, denke ich mal, nichts
Do you
Neues
know anything
bringen.
about Reagan's murder?
Gordon Bennett, who do you think I am? Laddie the Wonder Dog?
Malachites Mörder wahrscheinlich auch nicht viel.
What do you know about the murder of Mount Malachite?
Gordon Bennett, who do you...
Okay, gut. Auch nix. Ich denke mal, der Bestial Attacker könnte mir noch was bringen. Nee, das ist Regens Mörder, okay. Da, Jasper Horse, dann Bestial Attacker. Das könnte, also, Bestial Attacker könnte was bringen noch.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
Don't know him.
There's some kind of bestial attacker out in the streets of Ankh-Morpork. It's hard to say anything about it, but could it be a werewolf?
What's it done?
It's killed at least 3 people and probably a few more besides.
Did it kill you?
Yes, I think it did.
Well then, whatever it is, isn't a werewolf.
What makes you say that?
If it was, it'd have known how to kill you properly, right?
Da ist was dran.
So what do you think it was?
Beats the hell out of me.
So, hier ist alles, hatten wir schon. Ich denke mal, mit Gasbode kann man tatsächlich hierüber auch noch reden.
Do you know anything about a legendary golden sword?
Oh, of course. I've got one over here. Where did I put it?
Ha ha. If I mention a gold-plated jewel, will you say something sarcastic?
It's a good bet.
Und zum Glück habe ich nichts über dieses Juwel erzählt, na? So, und das war es hier tatsächlich auch schon. Gibt's... Ach, warte mal, stimmt. Warte, ich kann doch jetzt den... Ich kann doch jetzt an dem Briefumschlag
Does this mean
riechen.
anything to you?
Does it mean you're...
Oh,
Ich denke mal, vielleicht gibt er noch den Hinweis damit, dass es hier komisch riecht.
I...
Nein. Gut. Das ist dann tatsächlich mal noch etwas, was ich kurz testen kann. So, make me a wolf again. Und lass mich mal im Inventar schauen.
The envelope had come from Reagan's safety... The thing was, it seemed... When I opened Reagan's envelope, I don't know what I was expecting. What I wasn't expecting was to find that the envelope was empty. There wasn't even anything written on the inside.
Aber nicht wenigstens irgendwie ein Duft oder so? Nein. Ich hätte jetzt wenigstens gedacht, dass ich hier irgendwelche Düfte dann damit klar machen kann. Nein. Okay.
Not... It was...
Okay, gut. Da das nicht funktionieren will, können wir erstmal wieder ein Mensch werden. Und dann speichern wir das jetzt mal hier. Save this game. So, einmal hier. Und ich werde mal vorsichtshalber einen zweiten Spielstand machen. Bisschen weiter unten. Einfach weil ich, wenn man hier dieses eine Achievement, was ich hier jetzt verpasst habe, vielleicht mal auf Steam einfach nur nachholen, damit mir das nicht ständig angezeigt wird. Und dann habe ich tatsächlich die Chance, wenn ich das Spiel dann beende, vielleicht auch mein erstes Master zu kriegen, was auch ganz nett wäre. So, du hast es jetzt bei zweite gespeichert, ne? Ja, sehr schön. So, von daher vielen lieben Dank an alle, die jetzt hier so ein bisschen gemütlich mitgelurkt haben und alles. Erik, wenn du das hörst, ich wünsche dir noch sehr viel Spaß dieses Wochenende mit Sven Platen in der Goethe-Galerie. Und ansonsten, ich schau mal ganz kurz, ob irgendjemand online ist, den ich raiden will. Yoshi spielt Bokop. Ja, dann gehen wir einfach mal, bringen wir euch mal rüber zu Yoshi. So, kleines bisschen gemütlich, comfy und alles, ne? Also alles ganz gemütlich, ist ein ganz lieber. So. Moment. So. Ich denke mal, da seid ihr auch tatsächlich ganz gut aufgehoben. Und ich muss mal schauen, dass ich meinen Plan für nächste Woche noch mache. Ich schaue mal, dass ich wieder 2, 3 Streams die Woche hinkriege. Wobei ich gucken muss, nächste Woche ist Leipziger Buchmesse. Ich gucke mal, ob ich 2, 3 wenigstens hinkriege. Ja, ich werde auf alle Fälle hier da den Streamplan hier auf der Seite aktualisieren. Dann seht ihr es ja. Und dann hoffe ich, sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal. Haut rein. Bis zum nächsten Mal und auf geht's zum Yoshi. Bye!